Alrighty, everybody. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back to another live, guys. I decided we're going to start here just a minute or so early because things are really starting to pop off here within the last little bit. We do have multiple severe thunderstorm warnings in effect and even got some hail being reported out here in Pennsylvania. We actually just had a 1.5 inch hail report out here by Clarion, I think it is. By Clarion near Strattonville area, Shippenville, and Knox. Right around that area we did this report, 1.5 inches. Oh, that's got a bit of a hook on it. Interesting. Do they have a tornado possible in that? They do not. Okay. Anyways, it's got quite a bit of a hail core, it looks like, heading towards Woodland, Pennsylvania, so a bit of a heads up for you guys. Anyways, what's up, y'all? Good to see y'all. What's up, Tabletop? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. What's up, Kevin Noel? Good to see ya. Saying hello, Andrew. I hope all is well today. You as well, my friend. Good to see ya. What's up, Bryson? Saying hello from Southeast Kentucky. What's up, friend? Good to see ya. Hope all is well. Welcome back, Squashy. Good to see ya, my friend. But yeah, we do have a couple of severe warnings right now. Like I said, these things got some pretty good hail cores on them. It's kind of the main threat we were talking about earlier for today. Mostly going to be hail is the main concern. Matter of fact, before we really get into the coverage here, let's look at the outlook real quickly. Let's go ahead and actually hop over here to this outlook over here. So they did upgrade it. What's crazy is the fact that we went live this morning. We literally did an update for you guys on this system. And as soon as I ended the stream, not long after, we literally had a new SPC Outlook come out, and they literally upgraded it from a slight to an enhanced. So we now have a level 3 threat here in place for today. Mostly for Pennsylvania. A lot of central and southern Pennsylvania, bits of eastern Ohio, northern West Virginia. We have a level 3 out of 5 for today. Now, tornado probability is still the same. We just got a pretty elongated 2% all the way from Illinois, cutting through Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, going into Pennsylvania. And in terms of damaging winds, they actually also, one of the reasons why it went enhanced here was for damaging winds, but also for hail, as we'll see in a minute. But they actually even added a hatch risk for damaging wind potential today. So we could see some wind gusts, possibly 60 to 70 miles an hour or so being possible. But that's a 30% chance in the red, a 15% chance in the yellow, and a 5% in the brown here. Now, in terms of hail, not much different. We do have a 30% hail threat here overall probability, in which, that SIG level 1 here, we do have, the potential for large hail. We're talking maybe 1 to 2 inches in diameter here. So, and then looking at current storms, I mean, you can already see we got some pretty high-end reflectivity already being detected. But we do have a pretty big hail core out by Woodland, Pennsylvania. This is actually tracking right towards Wollaston area. So this is a severe warning in place for, let's see here. They actually have it on nickel size hail right now, which is really interesting. Really interesting. I mean, we're not scanning high up at all either. I mean, we're scanning 1,000 foot aloft. I mean, this is pretty shallow stuff, and we're seeing 73 DVZ, dude. That's pretty high. I mean, I'm kind of wondering why they only have nickel size hail. I mean, more than likely, that's a lot bigger than that. So we'll see, especially given the environment here. So we also do have another storm to the west out by Brookville. This is in western Pennsylvania. We do have another storm. Looks like it's getting ready to probably drop some hail if it's not already over by Brookville. We do have a severe warning in place out here for... this one's for 1.5 inch hail. So that is half dollar size. Or sorry, no, that's 1.25. This is ping pong ball hail. That's right. So public reported 1.5 inch, 2 miles southwest of Clare. Oh, yeah. We just actually talked about that a minute ago. Yeah, out there by just slightly southwest of Clarion. I think that Clarion, not too sure how you pronounce that one, but we did report 1.5 inch hail out there. So we've definitely reported a little bit of hail. What's up, D? Good to see you, friend. Hope you're doing well. What's up, Cole? Had to go through 3 ads just to get to the video. What the heck? That's stupid. Yeah, honestly, YouTube has gotten pretty bad for that with the ads, because they used to be pretty skippable, and it's like now they throw a whole bunch of them. Now that I really can't control. I'm pretty sure I can't. unfortunately. Anyways, let's see. What's up, Lulu? Good to see you. Wants me to look at the zip code real quickly. I can do that for you. I can do that here. I'll go ahead and show you guys the radar while I do that. So we do have quite a few severe warnings in place. Let's go ahead and bring up this zip code. Yep, so you're in the enhanced risk. That's a level 3 threat on the convective outlook here. So they do have a 2% chance for tornadoes, which is a relatively low probability. That's the maximum threat for today's, or maximum tornado threat for today is a 2% risk. But your area does have that 30% hatch risk here. So there is going to be potential for some damaging wind gusts. Now, I want you to remember it this way. These are wind gusts. These are not sustained winds. These are not what the winds are going to be constant at. These are what the winds could peak up to, typically for a few seconds. Wind gusts, they're usually short-lived, and they just last a few seconds. So peak wind gusts could be between 60 and 70 miles per hour or so. Given that we're in that SIG level 1, I'm pretty sure it's up to 75. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure the new outlook they have here, I think SIG level 1 70 up to 75 mile per hour wind gusts. But that's for today. 30% chance probability within a 25-mile radius around you. Now, in terms of hail, we do have also a SIG level 1 30% risk for hail. Same probability as damaging winds, but in terms of hail, maximum hail size, SIG level 1, I think is between 1 to 2 inches, in diameter here. So definitely got a shot for some pretty good hail here. But be careful out there, my friend. Let me know if you have any more questions. What's up, Rodney? Good to see you. Saying hello from Ohio. Ready for rain tonight. Hope it happens. Yeah, a lot of people need it. A lot of people need it, that's for sure. If we hop over here to the current satellite and radar, I'll go ahead and play this for you guys so y'all can kind of see. Just before all this convection popped off, we do have a little bit of clearing here, which, with the diurnal heating, it allowed for the surface to heat up, increasing those lower level lapse rates and all that stuff. But we do have a decent amount of instability here. You can definitely see some of these big hailers starting to pop up here. So the hail threat is definitely increasing at this point in time. Let's see. I know it's not your fault. It's just irritating. Yeah, I agree. 100%, Roby. I get it. Anytime I watch other YouTubers, it does the same thing, and I hate it. Let's see here. Appreciate you, sir. Let's see. It's very dark. Wind's picking up rain. I got you. You're very welcome, my friend. No problem. What's up, Josh? It's good to see you, friend. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, so let's take a look at a couple of these warnings here. So right now we do have quite a handful. So here's my little tab here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 current severe thunderstorm warnings. 3 of those are in Pennsylvania and 3 are in Ohio. We'll take a look at Ohio in a second. Let's go through Pennsylvania. So we do have 3 warnings. We have that warning out by Wollaston area here in central Pennsylvania, including Phillipsburg, Julian, Port Matilda, and Grass Flat. This is a warning in place for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-sized hail. So, like I said, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if I'm going with the nickel-sized hail on this because we're scanning, get this, we're scanning 600 feet up. And we're having radar readings. We're showing like 71 dBz here. That is high returns. That's telling us likely that we're seeing some pretty big objects here. Now, I will tell you this, though. CC, correlation coefficient, there's a slight deviation here. You can see a little bit of a color drop here, indicating that, those particle size look a little different. I feel like they're probably mostly going off of CC here. Yeah, there's not a big difference. That's probably why it's pretty low. Anyways, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a bit of hail in that. Maybe it's just smaller hail, more dispersed. But anyways, keep an eye on that. That could get a lot bigger. Let's see here. But we also have those other ones to the north here. We actually just got a new warning for just 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. This is just a little bit to the west of that one we just looked at, out by Luthersburg, Treasure Lake, and Penfield area. We also got Reynoldsville in a warning. This one's for 1.5 inches. So this is the one for ping pong ball hail overall. And then we have Weedville. We also have Kersey, this one's for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well. Now, we move into Ohio. I guess, they really need to put a radar out in Columbus, I ain't gonna lie. So we'll pull up the TCM MH radar. This is a terminal radar here. You can actually see the frontal boundary there. Look at that. You can actually see the cold front itself. I believe it's because it's kicking up stuff and radar scanning it. But anyways, we do have a couple warnings here, actually out by Columbus, just northeast of Columbus, out by New Albany, Alexandria, Granville, Beechwood Trails, Heath, and Newark. So this one is for 1.25-inch hail, which is, half dollar size hail, as well as 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts on that one. Also, St. Louisville in as well. See, I don't know. Is it Louisville or Louisville? I know it's Louisville. I lived near Louisville. We called it Louisville, but I don't know if this one's pronounced Louisville as well. St. Louisville. I'm assuming so. But anyways. Also 1.25-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. It's been an interesting March. It has. You know, in the beginning, it was very active. We had a couple storm systems, and then it got a little quiet for the last few days. Don't get me wrong, I'm really thankful it did, because I needed a break. After all the coverage we've been doing lately, it's crazy. But it seems like it's picking back up a little bit. Here, I'm going to show you guys something real quickly. So not only today do we have severe weather, I'm keeping an eye on Thursday. Just keep that in the back of y'all's mind. Thursday could be another day of severe weather. I'm keeping an eye on it. But so we have today's enhanced risk. Tomorrow we have a little marginal. Yeah, nothing too big. Actually, not even any tornado threat, not even any hail threat, just a little wind threat here for tomorrow. Day 3 has a thunderstorm threat in Florida, but I'm keeping an eye on, like I said, on Wednesday specific. Did I say Thursday Thursday. Wednesday, I was watching for my area for maybe some storms, but up towards the Ohio Valley here, I'll bring it up real quickly to show y'all on the models. We got the American GFS on the left and the Euro on the right here. So this is for this system. So we're looking at the instability. This is the the unstable air in the environment here. But as we go into let's see here. As we go into Thursday, look at this. So this is for Thursday, pretty much late Thursday afternoon going into Thursday evening. You can see, it looks pretty different. The Euro and the GFS kind of disagree a little bit, obviously, but there is some instability involved. Our dew points are well in the upper 50s, lower 60s, supplying good moisture. I'll even grab a quick little sounding here, and then we'll get back to coverage. But I do want to mention, like I said, this is for Thursday. You can see that we have a little bit of a pretty big dew point depression here on our surface. Could enhance some damaging winds. But anyways, we're going to keep it on Thursday. I just wanted to mention that real quickly for y'all, just to let you guys know that, not just today, not just tomorrow, but maybe Thursday could be involved for some storms as well. Anyway, see, I love thunderstorms, but not the hail. That's fair, especially if you own, vehicles and stuff like that. It could be a problem. Absolutely. Let's see here. What's it looking like for Morganfield, Kentucky? Let me see. Here, let's hop over here real quick. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave you guys on the radar while we look at this. We're going to hop back to the State College radar in Pennsylvania while we do this real quickly. Anyways. All right, so Morganfield, my friend, I think we're not in that. Yeah, we're in the marginal risk here. You're kind of on the edge of that level 1 severe weather threat. So, no tornado threat. We're not expecting any tornadoes out here. We do have a 5% wind threat here. So that basically means that, we could have a couple isolated storms potentially producing some damaging wind gusts, possibly upwards of 60 miles per hour or so. Now, in terms of hail, we also got a little 5% chance here as well, maybe upwards of 1 to 1.5 inches in diameter. So not anything big, nothing significant for sure. You're kind of on the farther southwestern side of the risk area. The main risk, like we mentioned, is more for areas further north and northeast of you. So anyways, hopefully that helps. Well, if you have any more questions, then let me know. Is it going to be bad for Hershey, Pennsylvania? Yeah, Pennsylvania is kind of the hot spot here. Here, let's bring you guys back over here real quickly. So Hershey, Pennsylvania. Yeah, actually, you guys are in the enhanced risk at level 3. Tornado probs, 2%. Yeah, like I said, tornadoes are a concern for today, but they're not going to be the main concern. We don't have as much moisture for this system in our lower levels. Surface-based storms are not as, or I should really say that these storms are more elevated storms, which is making tornadoes harder. Now, in terms of the the probability for tornadoes, we do have that 2% chance probability out here. Now, in terms of damaging winds, we have a 30% risk out there for damaging wind gusts. That SIG level 1 signifying we could see maybe some damaging winds up to 75 miles per hour. In terms of wind gusts, remember, these are not sustained winds. These are what the winds could peak to. And in terms of hail, kind of the same thing, that 30% probability for hail, but also SIG level 1, which indicates, in this case, possible hail up to 2 inches or so in diameter. So got a pretty big shot for some hail out there. But anyways, storms are definitely starting to pop off out here. If we hop back to the current radar, we do have quite a handful of severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. Got a few little blob storms popping off here. Seems like the models were, like the HRRR was kind of on point here. We just have got a couple, actually one's about to come over here towards the radar site, the State College area. So definitely we'll keep an eye on that. But we do have definitely a little bit of hail in this. Let's see, they actually upgraded that one warning out by Grass Flat area. It is now up to a quarter size. It was at nickel size a minute ago. The one behind it here, this one is just for 60 mile per hour wind gusts here. They actually downgraded that, which is good. Let's see here. What's up, Kentucky Kitty Cat? Good to see you, friend. Hope you're doing well. See tabletop for tomorrow and later this week. Yeah, I got you, dude. You're just in a little level 1 threat here for tomorrow. Just a marginal, not even any tornado threat expected. Really just a 5% wind threat. Now, in the future, we're not going to really break down too far in the future. I mentioned Thursday being a potential for severe weather, but that's more for the Midwest and the Ohio Valley. Really nothing to be worried about. I know you don't like your storms and stuff, but this is not an event to really be too concerned. Well, for tomorrow. I'm not talking about, for everybody who's wondering, I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about tomorrow's little marginal we'd have down here. Just a little 5% chance for damaging winds. We can't rule out an isolated gust up to 60 or so, but but anyways, but yeah, nothing to really too worry about. It's a pretty low end threat for you tomorrow. Anyways, hopping back to Ohio here, we're pulling up our terminal radar up here in Columbus. We do have a couple severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. Let's see, these are for 60 mile per hour wind gusts and $half sized hail. So $half hail is 1.25 inches in diameter, which is enough to cause some problems. Yeah, essentially once you get to that 1 inch threshold and greater, that's whenever, hail could definitely be a bit of an issue. Let's see here. All right, sounds good, Roby. Let's see, when is the storms coming through Voorhees? I've never heard of that before, but yeah, let me pull it up for you, man. Let me take a look at it. Let's see what we got going on for you. This is down here in southern... I got you. This is for southern New Jersey. Gotcha. So this is a level 1 threat. You're wanting to know when it's going to approach you? All right, let's pull up our models here. For some reason, and I don't know why. My tripod's in the way. I don't know why, but the RRFS model has not been running the last couple of days, which is kind of unfortunate. Anyways, we do have the HRRR here we can take a peek at real quickly. It does show that main line approaching sometime later this evening, per se. So the HRRR suggests anywhere from like 8 to 10 o'clock. Take that with a grain of salt, but yeah, sometime right around in there. This was the 20 UTC run. We'll do the 18 Zulu real quickly. Yeah, see, this one's even off a little bit. Yeah, it's really hard to say. It really is hard to say, but it'll be likely later this evening because it's going to take a little bit, for the storms to kind of work their way down there. So can't give you really an exact time. The HRRR is all over the place, as you can kind of tell. Once again, models, they're not perfect. They're more of a guidance. They're better for like guidance and stuff than approximation. No problem, tabletop. Let's see. Johnny wants to know, what about Williamsport, Pennsylvania? Let's see here. Let me pull this up for you. By the way, y'all, so if you're just now joining and wonder what's going on, we do have a handful of severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. This is for Pennsylvania. A lot of these were actually warned for hail, which, that is kind of the leading concern. Actually, between that and damaging winds today. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on it. Anyways, for Williamsport, Pennsylvania, we are in a level 2 slight risk here. Tornado probs are less than 2%. However, damaging winds, we have a 15% risk here at that SIG level 1. Potential wind gusts up to 75 miles per hour. Just given that it's in that SIG level 1 threshold. Remember, these are gusts, what winds could peak up to, not what they're going to be sustained at. Okay, I just want to make that clear. Now, in terms of hail, we also have a 15% chance for hail probability. It is SIG level 1, potential hail size up to 2 inches in diameter. So, let's see here. So I'm in southern Beaver County, Pittsburgh area. Are we in the main focus? So Pittsburgh is in the level 3, yes. So if we hop over here real quickly, I know it's kind of hard to see, but there's Pittsburgh right there. We are in the enhanced risk, which is at severe threat level 3 out of 5 on the convective outlook. Now, this is a 2% chance probability for tornadoes. Like I said, tornadoes is not the main concern today. The main concern today is damaging winds and hail. So there's really just a low-end tornado probability. We can't rule out an isolated spin-up tornado or two. That can't be ruled out. But we do have the potential for an isolated spin-up. We can't rule it out. Anyway, so that's 2% chance for that. Now, in terms of damaging winds, we do have a 30% chance probability for damaging wind gusts here. And we are in the SIG level 1 risk, which once again which means we could see some wind gusts in theory upwards of 75 miles per hour. Now, will you likely see that? Probably not. But still, the threat exists. You should definitely keep an eye on it. If a warning gets issued, then take action. But otherwise, just keep an eye on it for the day. More than likely you won't. I mean, even in a 30%, it's a 1 in 3 shot roughly within a 25-mile radius of you. But the odds are there, but you get what I'm saying. Definitely shouldn't ignore it. And then in terms of hail, we also do have a 30% chance for hail here. SIG level 1, potential hail size up to 2 inches in diameter. So definitely got to keep an eye on it. Let's see. What's up, Scott? Good to see you, friend. Gavin says, hey, Andrew, how's the Ohio area, specifically Columbus today? Good to see you, man. Actually, we were just looking at Columbus. We do actually have a storm out there, right, towards Columbus. I'll pull up the terminal radar. So Columbus is right here. We do have a grouping of severe thunderstorm warnings just mostly just east of Columbus here. Out there by Granville, Alexandria, Beechwood Trails, Heath, Hebron, Jacksontown, Toboso, and Hanover. This is warned for, so the one for Hanover is warned for 1.25-inch hail, which is $half size hail, and maximum wind gust 52 knots, which is 60 mile per hour wind gust potential. Now on the back one here, same thing. Yeah, 1.25 inches. That's the one for like Granville. Beechwood Trails at this point, I mean, we do have this, you can actually see the cold front, this line here. This is actually the leading front here. And we do have a little bit of precipitation out here, but the main precip is just east of like Alexandria at this point in time. So, anyways, we have 22 minutes left on that warning there. But yeah, so for today, for Columbus area, I'm pretty sure it's just it's the main line that's rolling through. And once that main line rolls through, then it should be pretty good to go. Although I will tell you this, the main line still, you know what that might be? That might be an outflow boundary because I don't think the main front's come until later. So here's HRRR. If you look at it, so we can see that we do have a little bit of prefrontals, a couple storms that do fire off here, which we are seeing now, of course. But then you see the main line come through. This will be coming through pretty late, it looks like. HRRR suggests about 11 p.m. Eastern. Take that with a grain of salt with the timing. But yeah, this is likely that prefrontal stuff. So what we're probably seeing here, I believe, is actually not the cold front itself, but probably an outflow boundary from these storms. So, anyways, Jiminy says thank you. Of course, no problem. You're very welcome. Do I see any threat to New Jersey? Yeah, I mean, New Jersey is in the risk here for today. For severe weather. I mean, we are in that level 1 marginal, you can see, which is the dark green area. There's a little bit of New Jersey in the slight risk, like Union. You guys are in the level 2 severe weather threat. Now, for New Jersey, the threat's relatively low. I will tell you this, though. There is no tornado threat for New Jersey at all. We are in areas less than 2% chance. So that's good. However, we do have a 5% wind threat. So basically, within a 25-mile radius, say of a given area, like Trenton, for example, they're in the 5%. So within a 25-mile radius around Trenton, there is a 5% chance probability of damaging winds. Possibly upwards of 60 miles an hour or so. It's a non-significant risk area, 5% chance probability, relatively low probability, but it can't be ruled out. So 5% wind threat, and mostly there's a little bit of a hail threat for mostly western New Jersey. While the wind threats for the majority of New Jersey, the hail threats for mostly western, and it's a 5% chance for some of these western areas like Trenton and like Union, Newton, some of those areas out there. So, let's see here. What's it looking like for Hershey, Pennsylvania? We actually just looked at Hershey, Pennsylvania a little bit ago. Yeah, so you guys are actually in the enhanced risk here for today. The level 3 threat here. Let's go ahead and pull up Hershey. Hershey, Pennsylvania. Yep, so you're right on the edge, right on the right-hand side of that level 3 severe weather threat. So 2% chance for tornadoes. We have a 30% chance probability for damaging winds. And given its SIG level 1, potential wind gusts up to 75 miles per hour. So, and in terms of hail, we do have actually a 15% chance probability for hail. So the main concerns, damaging winds. Secondly, following pretty close behind is hail. Then tornadoes, relatively low probability, but it still exists. So in terms of hail, we are in a SIG level 1, potential hailstones. We're talking size upwards of 2 inches or so in diameter. So anyways, hopefully that helps for you, my friend. All right, let's hop back to the radar for a minute, y'all. We do have a handful of severe warnings in effect. Here, let's hop over to State College radar in central Pennsylvania. We do have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. One over here by Unionville and Julian. This is warned for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. And this expires in 3 minutes. So it's about to be expired. So we'll see. They'll probably, more than likely, they'll issue another warning ahead of that. So areas out by like Bellefonte, Milesburg, Zion, Pleasant Gap, you guys might be included in a severe warning here pretty soon. So just a bit of a heads up for you. And then, of course, we go a little bit further west, out by like Croft, Pennsylvania, like Clearfield, Woodland, Hyde, Luthersburg. We have another warning in place here. This one's for just 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. So it's surprising. They don't have any hail on that one. Well, hail is no greater than 1 inch in diameter, so it's pretty much, or really no greater than 0.75, but which is penny-size hail, which is not at the threshold for severity, believe it or not. So for it to be classified as a severe thunderstorm, you must have wind gusts exceeding or at 58 miles per hour. As well as hail, as well as hail up to quarter size or greater, basically. Johnny says not to be that guy, but it's Belfont. No, I got you. That's one thing you're going to learn quickly is if you're new here, I'm not good with names. I try my best, but yeah, some of these names are a little tricky, especially in Oklahoma. Oklahoma, I ain't gonna lie, I love you guys in Oklahoma, but you guys honestly have some of the craziest town names, which I get it. I think a lot of them are like Indian names, I'm pretty sure, like Native American names, I'm pretty sure. But some of them pronouncing out in Oklahoma is kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Let's see here. How are we looking in Louisville, Kentucky for severe weather tonight? Let me take a look here. Let's hop over to the convective outlook again. Yeah, Louisville's in. It's weird. Louisville's in kind of a weird zone. You're right between the slight and the marginal risk here. It depends. Like Louisville Airport, we have the level 1 threat, and then you go up towards like Jeffersonville, and you're in the level 2 threat. So you're right on the line. Tornado probs. Louisville's outside of the tornado risk altogether. So there's less than 2% chance. Once again, like I said, today tornadoes is not the main concern today. So for the airport region, more of lower, Louisville, we're in that 5%. Actually, most of Louisville's in that 5% chance for damaging winds. Hail threats, mostly a 5% chance. It's weird. You're between that 5 and 15. It just depends exactly where, essentially. Let's see here. What's up, Jimmy? Good to see you, man. Hope you are good. All right, let's hop back to radar, y'all. So, like I said, we have a bunch of multicellular storms popping off here. I mean, some of these are semi-discrete here, but like I said, these guys are currently not really rotating or anything like that, which is good. Once again, tornado probs are pretty low for today. The main threat is damaging winds and hail, given that both of those are in a 30% hatch risk here. But, looking at velocity, we do see some pretty strong outbound velocities here, or inbound velocities coming towards the radar. Because the radar's here, the green indicates that the movement of these precipitation particles are moving towards the radar. The red is moving away. So that's actually how you can look for rotation and stuff, is if you see a little patch of, not always, but a very tight area of winds coming towards the radar and winds going away from the radar, or, precipitation particles. Or droplets. But anyways, so that's that. Oh, we did get that new warning I was expecting here. Actually, you know what? We got a lot of wind reports over here. Tree blocking roadway. This is up in central Pennsylvania, up by Milheim. Is it Milheim? I think it is. This is for tree blocking roadway, trees down on wires, and what's this one? Trees down on wires again. So quite a bit of wind damage potential there. Anyways, we got a new warning here. This is for Unionville in central Pennsylvania, including Center Hall, Spring Mills, Coburn, Milheim. Let's see here, Riebertsburg, I think it is. And this is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail. So, anyways, what's up, Joplin? Good to see you, friend. Saying hi, Adrian. Hi, everyone. Went out to feed the cats. Almost got blown into the next county. Whoa, really? That's crazy, dude. Blown into the next county, man. Let me take a look at your area, man. Let's see what we got going on for you. You're up in, I'm assuming you're not in Germany, but you are over here in, what is this, southeast Kansas? Gotcha. Well, thankfully, I tell you what, we're not in any convective concern here for today, so you don't got to worry about any convective winds here, but anyways, but you stay safe out there, man. You stay safe. I know a lot of these areas actually have like red flag warnings and stuff, so yeah, between the the low humidity and the strong winds can definitely contribute to a pretty wildfire prone environment. So be safe out there. Let's see here. Interesting storm in St. College. If it has a hook. Yeah, we were looking at a storm a little bit ago that it seemed like it had a little bit of a hook to it. Yeah, you can see when it went over the radar, it kind of looked like it did. Now it's just a big chicken nugget, basically. Or maybe a chicken tender. Yeah, probably more a chicken tender. What's up, Queen? Good to see you, Fred. Is Tennessee going to be okay? This is Zach. So Tennessee's fine. You guys are outside of the risk here. Not even a thunderstorm threat here for today. So, yeah, you guys are good. Tennessee is not included today. Nancy says, let's see, what about Greenfield, Ohio? Well, let me see. Let's see what we got going on out here. I'll bring you guys back to radar so you can look at these fancy little storms here. All right, so let's see. So this is in Greenfield, Ohio. Let's see. So this is up in, this is more like kind of south central Ohio. Okay. Gotcha. All right, let's hop over here real quickly. So you're in the level 2 slight risk here. 2% tornado risk here. We have a 15% wind risk, non-significant, meaning potential wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Now, in terms of hail, we do have a 15% chance as well. But we are in a SIG level 1 hail threat, which is potential hail size up to 2 inches in diameter here. So got to look out for those. We are seeing a few little prefrontal storms popping off here as of right now. We look at the cloud coverage in the radar once it loads. You can see we do have some prefrontal cells here. But the main front, I believe, will approach later on this evening, which could carry some more storms. Let's see here. Had a decent storm come through. Now it's sunny again. Will that cause it to escalate more, Philip? Or Pittsburgh? So the thing about it is that, like I mentioned, there's going to be a few prefrontals. You're going to have some storms ahead of the main front itself, and then the front will come through and it'll kind of sweep up the rest. So it could, in this mode now, it's a bunch of multicellular, so there could be more to follow. if you look at Pittsburgh right now here on the current satellite and radar imagery, you can see that yeah, you guys did get those storms here, but if we bring up the models here, like the HRRR, current time is 5 o'clock or so. You can see that it looks totally different. I know models are not always perfect, but you can see there's a bunch of prefrontals here, and then of course as we go down later on in time, then we have the main front moving through, which will be kind of late this evening here overall. So. Anyways, let's see. What about Henderson, Kentucky? Well, let me see. Take a look at that. By the way, guys, if you are enjoying this, consider leaving a like, hitting that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. Henderson, Kentucky. Here we go. Let's hop you guys over here. So Henderson's actually in a level 1, marginal risk here for today. We are outside of that tornado threat here. Damaging winds, we have a 5% chance for damaging wind gusts here. And in terms of hail, we also have a 5% chance here as well. So pretty low end threat for today. Queen says if I have time, can I check on zip code? Of course. Of course. Here, let's take a look at that real quickly. This is up in Pennsylvania. Okay, so this is out by Uniontown area. So this is southwest Pennsylvania. We do have a level 3 enhanced risk here. Let's see here. We are seeing 2% chance for tornadoes. We have a 30% chance for damaging winds. Now, we are seeing that SIG level 1 threat, which, like we mentioned, could see some wind gusts upwards of 75 miles per hour. That's worst case scenario. Now, given that, once again, this is not sustained winds, and I think a lot of people think whenever we say like 65, 75 miles an hour, you're thinking like constant winds of this, of a certain mile an hour. But no, these are wind gusts, which the difference between sustained winds and wind gusts is that gusts usually last a few seconds, can peak up to 60, 65. In this case, SIG level 1, 75 possibly. This is what it could peak up to just for typically a few seconds. But then you got sustained, which is like more of a constant wind. But we're seeing wind gusts here, essentially. Let's see. Looks like we had a brief area of rotation over Waddle, Pennsylvania, a few scans ago. Waddle, Pennsylvania. Let's look at that real quick. Let's see, Pennsylvania. Yeah, let's just hop over the radar. Maybe I can probably spot it. Here we go. All right, so was it on one of the severe warning storms here? I don't see anything rotating in that. Nothing over there. Is it one of these guys, maybe? Here, let's hop on the Pittsburgh radar. I don't know. I'm not seeing much of it. I mean, nothing's catching my eye here. Let's see here. Very knowledgeable. Thanks for the feedback. Of course, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate it. What's up, Chris? Saying hello, Andrew and fans. God bless y'all. Well, I appreciate my friend. Thank you for joining. Queen says, thanks, Andrew. Of course. No problem. Here for you guys. That's what we're here for. We are here to help. All right, let's hop back to radar. Go ahead and take a look at these warnings we got. So we have a couple of warnings. We have a few up here in kind of east central Ohio. We have a warning for Hanover and Toboso. This is warned for 1.25 inch hail, as well as 60 mile per hour wind gusts. And we have Adamsville, New Concord, North Zanesville, Dresden, Trinway, Cooperdale, Conesville, and Plainfield. This one's in effect for 1.25 inch hail. Why do they have 1 knot? You guys see that? If I hover over it, it says at the bottom, max wind gust 1 knot. I can assume that I can assure you it's not going to be 1 knot. Matter of fact, most of those areas are going to see over a knot. Anyways, you could still see some gusty winds, but sub-severe for damaging winds. Anyways, for hail, it's what makes it severe. Let's see. Find myself. However. Oh, I got you, Sleeveless. Gotcha. Well, be careful, my friend. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask, okay? We are here to help. All right, so we got a warning for State College here in Pennsylvania. This warning here, for 0.88 inches in diameter. So that is nickel size hail. Nickel size hail, and we do have max wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour here. We do have a pretty strong storm behind it too, out by Grass Flat. Yeah, Grass Flat actually just got this this chicken tender of a storm here a minute ago. Yeah, you know what? There's likely some maybe a little bit of hail in that one as well. Maybe some gusty winds coming in too. Anyways, a little bit west, we have another warning. Another severe warning for Clearfield, Croft, Hyde, Luthersburg, Dubois, Treasure Lake, Penfield area. So a bit of a heads up for y'all. So now we work our way into kind of far southwestern Pennsylvania. We have a warning for Burgettstown, Sloven. Let's see here, Joffrey, I think it is. Pretty sure that's how you say that. Cherry Valley and Atlasburg. This is here for quarter-size hail. This one says 0 knot wind gusts. No, but really it's 50 and below in terms of miles an hour, not knots. Let's see here. Sleeveless says I'm just outside of Norristown, PA on the map. See, I don't even think we're going to get the winds. A lot of Pennsylvania is in the risk area, so here, let me pull up Norristown for you real quickly. We'll see what we got going on. Norristown here. I'll even hop over here back to the day one outlook here. So Norristown, Pennsylvania. Yep, so we're in a level 2. Like I mentioned, the scale goes from 1 to 5. Today's maximum threat is a level 3, which is at enhanced risk. You're in a level 2, so you're kind of in the middle threat here for today. Now, tornado probs, you're outside of the tornado threat. Let's see here. I don't know why it keeps jumping me around here, but yeah, we do have that that less than 2% tornado threat. So there's really not much of a tornado concern here. We do, however, have a 15% wind threat, non-significant potential. So that means that in this case, 15% chance for damaging wind gusts. And we could see, some of these gusts upwards of 60, 65 miles per hour in terms of, like I said, of gusts. Now, in terms of hail, we do have a 15% chance as well, non-sig, so potential hail between 1 to 1.5 inches in diameter. So, anyways. So there is potential for damaging winds and hail, but we'll see what happens. Indiana is under a thunderstorm watch. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they... Let's see here. Indiana. Oh, you know what? They did. You're right. I was thinking of Ohio. You know what? Yeah, look at that. They actually added a lot of Ohio in this here too. A lot of central, southern Ohio, bits of like eastern Indiana is now in the tornado watch area. Or sorry, not tornado watch, severe thunderstorm watch area. My bad. Like I said, today's not much of a tornado concern. I mean, there is potential. It's pretty low. I meant to say severe thunderstorm watch area. So we got 6 hours on that one. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, if we hop back to the models and stuff here, we look at the HRRR. We'll even pull up the latest. Actually, we'll do the 20 UTC run here. So we do have a couple of like prefrontal storms firing off. And then as we go into the evening, you can see kind of another line develops here. And after that line goes through, then it'll be over because we start to get more drier air, instability goes away, stuff like that. Let's see here. Ohio is near 90. Detroit's in the 40s. What are you talking about? Temperature wise? It ain't that hot up there, is it? You know what? We'll even turn on these trusty surface observations here. Go ahead and take a look at this. Let's see what we got going on here. We'll pull up our Mesonet data. You know what, though? Well, no, you know what? I do see a station at 88. Wow. You guys did get pretty warm. I didn't think y'all were getting that warm today. Yeah, it's crazy because you can see how much cooler it is up north. Crazy stuff, man. Yeah, it seems like a pretty warm day for a lot of you guys out there. But it's definitely nice, being far away from that really cold spells we've been having, the last month or whatever, whenever it was. That was something else. Anyways, let's hop back over here to the radar. So got a handful of some warnings here. We have a couple over here in central Pennsylvania. So let's hop over to State College radar here. So we do have a severe warning for Bellefonte, Center Hall, Spring Mills, Coburn, Woodward, Robertsburg, and Madisonburg area. So this is for 0.88 inches, which is nickel size hail. Max wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, essentially. So once again, this is not sustained winds. This is what winds could peak up to, essentially. Usually lasting a few seconds. So potential wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour being possible, and nickel size hail, which is not classified as severe. That's 0.88 inches in diameter, or 0.88 inches in diameter. For it to be classified as severe hail, it has to be over quarter size or over, essentially. So it can be at quarter size or over to be classified as severe. Anyways, we got another warning west of State College here. This one, ignore my alarm there. You know what? Hold on a minute. I did not see this. Michael, thank you, dude, for the $5 on CashApp. I missed it here a minute ago. This was 6 minutes ago. Thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate it. Saying thanks, Andrew. Have a monster on me. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it, man. Definitely could use it one of these long nights here. Thank you so much, dude. That means a lot to me. Helps out a lot too. So thank you. Really appreciate it. All right, so let's hop over to Ohio again. Here, I'll even bring up my warning list here so you guys can see all the active warnings. We have a couple of special marine warnings. Where are these at? Oh, this is Hawaii. Okay, we'll go back here. But we hop back to Ohio. We do have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. So we have one out by Dresden, Trinway, Adamsville, let's see here, Conesville, Cooperdale, Norwich, and New Concord. Oh, they actually put 1.75 inch hail on this. That's golf ball hail. Yeah, unfortunately, these terminal radars, they do have velocity, they do have reflectivity, but they don't have CC. Yep, so golf ball hail, winds are, no greater than 50 miles an hour. So, should be 50 or less, which is good. But yeah, for 1.75 inch hail, I mean, that is considered a considerable. So you notice how we have the tags here. You notice how we have SVR. So that's just standard severe thunderstorm warning. But then you have SVRC, that stands for severe thunderstorm considerable. Because, once you get hail up to golf ball size, it becomes, not just a severe thunderstorm, but a, considerable severe storm. That's big hail. Golf ball hail can cause some big problems. So anyways, but yeah, that warning's out here in Ohio, out by Adamsville. Let's see, out by Norwich, New Concord, Conesville, Dresden. Let's see here, Trinway, and Cooperdale. So a bit of a heads up for you guys. Let's see. So that's really the only warning in Ohio as of right now. Did not mean to remove that panel. So we only have 4 warnings, and then the other 3 over here in literally central Pennsylvania. By the way, guys, if y'all have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. So for the people who are just joining, like we mentioned, which you weren't here to obviously hear me, but the main thing is today is hail and damaging winds. Now, tornadoes they can't be ruled out. They can't be ruled out. These are pretty elevated storms for the most part. Our surface dew points are fairly low. We're at the minimal point pretty much in which you can have surface-based storms here. Dew points anything below 55 dew points could definitely indicate an elevated storm here. I mean, even in the 50s. But anyways, the thing is though, is with elevated storms, it makes developing tornadoes a lot harder. Typically for tornadoes, you want a shallow base storm. But in this case, these are pretty elevated bases. But anyways, right now the main threat is, and the main threat in general for this system is mostly damaging winds, and of course we can't, rule out tornadoes, but mostly damaging winds and hail. Let's see here. What's up, Dreamer? Good to see you, friend. Hope you are doing good. But yeah, let's hop back over here to the surface obs and everything. It looks like, I mean, yeah, our dew points are pretty low. We got some stations out here reporting those dew points in the 40s even. Let's see here, 50, lower 50s for the most part. Yeah, so these things are likely pretty elevated. Actually, I was going to show you guys this earlier. Here's a sounding that was observed at 18 UTC. This was earlier today, and so this was actually observed. So they sent up a weather balloon and they collected the data, and this is the data they collected. So one thing I want to mention, is the drier lower levels here. Now this can actually, enhance damaging winds because of something called evaporative cooling. So basically, as you have rain that's falling into this drier environment, some of that rain, in a liquid state, actually reabsorbs into the atmosphere as a gaseous state, as water vapor. And as you know, cold air tends to sink because it's more dense than warm air. It's more compacted. So the thing is that that actually accelerates those downdrafts, and actually can increase damaging winds. So that's something to look out for. And once again, given that this was observed, kind of shows us that environment. So that's the thing. Having those big dew point depressions on the surface, and just dry lower levels can really enhance. Can really actually enhance damaging winds and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's something that I really did want to kind of bring up to you guys here, and kind of show you. Anyways, but yeah, like I said, guys, if y'all have any questions, don't hesitate to ask here. All right, let's hop back over here. We do have 4 severe warnings, 1 in Ohio, 3 in Pennsylvania. So the one for Ohio includes areas just east of Columbus. For Adamsville, let's see here, Conesville area, Cooperdale, let's see, how do you say that? Frasleysburg, and New Concord in Norwich. But yeah, this one is for 1.75 inch hail. That's golf ball size hail potential. What's up, Twilight? Good to see you, friend. Hope you are doing well. Let's see here. Actually, let's hop back to SAT. The thing is that before we got this convection, we'll hide the radar for a minute. We'll also hide the surface observation. So here's just a cloud cover. So before these storms happened, and even now, you can kind of see that there is some clearing. So basically, the sun is directly still heating up the surface here, which what that does is it increases your lower level lapse rates, promoting positive buoyancy within an air parcel. So basically what I mean by that, trying to break that down, as the sun heats up the surface, it basically ensures that as you go up in altitude, the air is colder than the air on the surface. And that's what you want in an environment for storms because, you want that air to rise. And it will do so if the warm rising air is warmer than the environment around it. It's a density thing. So that actually promotes storms and stuff like that. But anyways, so that's good to have. For storm's sake, anyways, it's good to have that. That clearing essentially. So let's see severe thunderstorm watch from area in Cincinnati. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, they did include a lot of Ohio with that latest one here. Sean says, hey, Andrew, how is Mount Airy, Maryland looking tonight? Let me see here. Go ahead and pull this up here for you. Hop up here for you guys. Did they remove Eastern Ohio? I'm pretty sure. Wait, they had a watch there. I don't know if it's the program bugging or what, but anyways, let's pull up Mount Airy. You said Maryland, right? Yep. So Maryland. Is this the right area? There it is. Okay, so it's weird. We got some special weather statements here. Let me look at that real quickly. Oh, this is for storms. Gotcha. Anyways, Mount Airy, we do actually have a level 2 threat for today. So we are in a slight risk here. So tornado probs, we are at less than 2% chance for tornadoes. So pretty low end threat. Actually, not even expecting any tornadic activity here for you. We do have a 15% wind threat, non-significant risk. Potential wind gusts here upwards of 60 miles an hour or so. What the winds could peak to for just a few seconds. And in terms of hail, we also have that 15% chance here as well. So that is that 15% chance for hail, which that would range mostly between 1.5 or sorry 1 inch and 1.5 inches. It said 80 mile an hour wind gusts. What did? What the SPC Outlook or something say 80? I'm seeing up to 70 miles an hour possible. This one is up to 75. Yeah. Where'd you see 80? I haven't seen 80. But anyways. Yeah, let me know. Let me know where you saw that. It's definitely interesting. Here, let's hop back to radar for a moment. We'll even go back over here to Pennsylvania. We are getting some reports here of some damaging winds. This is actually out by State College. Trees down in Penn's Cave Road. This is east of State College. West of State College, we have trees and wires down at 1321 Frog Hollow Road. Interesting. And we also have trees down in Drain Highway. So we do have these warnings. All these warnings are for 60 mile per hour wind gusts here in central Pennsylvania. Seems like all of these warnings here in central Pennsylvania are for 60 mile an hour winds. Hail is sub-severe here. What's up, Grandma Julie? Good to see you. Saying hi, everyone, and Andrew. Glad it isn't here. Yeah, I hear you. But a lot of these places do need the rain. I wish we had it down in Florida. We definitely need it. Definitely need it. Here, let's actually pull up the drought monitor for a minute. I do want to take a look at that. We have not looked at that in a minute. Oh, that's NATOcast. I want to look at that right now. All right, let's see here. We'll pull up the... where is the drought monitor? Climate Prediction Center, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. There you go. Actually, a lot of the Ohio Valley is pretty good to go. There's some spots that definitely could use the rain, but like us in Florida, I mean, look at it. We are just we are falling apart down here. We got some areas in exponential drought. We got a lot of extreme drought over here in Lakeland, where I'm at. We're actually in a severe drought, moderate to severe. Yeah, so we could definitely use it down here. All right, so here's the current radar again. So you can see storms are definitely starting to pop off quite a bit. Oh, we got a new warning up here in Ohio. It's an extension warning for Cambridge, Kimballton, let's see here, Old Washington, Lore City, Quaker City, and let's see here, Byesville. So this one is warned for $50 hail. So that's hail up to 1.25 inches in diameter here. So, Grandma Julie, Southeast Michigan. Gotcha. Well, you got some stuff going on out there. Up in Southeast Michigan, we got a little bit of rain falling for y'all. It seems pretty cold out there. Let's see here. Pull up our surface obs again. Yeah, it's pretty chilly rain out here. We're like seeing upper 30s, lower 40 degree temps. I was actually talking to somebody in our Discord server earlier, and it's like whenever you have like rain at this temperature, it's miserable. It's miserable. So you kind of have your own problem if you put it that way. All right, let's hop back over here. All right, we're gonna hop back to Pennsylvania, just south of you. Oh, okay, I got you. Well, you're still pretty chilly out there. You're closer to freezing. All right, let's see. Let's check on velocity. We're gonna see if there's anything going on. Like I said, I mean, tornado props today are pretty low. I mean, there shouldn't be anything big going on here. Tornado wise, once again, mainly a wind and hail driven event. Just doing a quick little scan on velocity. I'm just looking for essentially just looking for some areas of rotation here. I do not see anything as of right now, so that's good. That's a good thing. Definitely a good thing. We do got some high in reflectivity though, pretty close to this one cell here. Not a lot of differential on correlation coefficient though. That's probably why they don't have much on hail on that. Because yeah, typically with large like hail signatures, you'd see a big change in correlation coefficient. Essentially because what you're scanning, the difference between raindrops and hail is enormous. Because hail is very spiky, tends to be, especially large hail, mostly large hail. And so yeah, you definitely see that. Let's see here. Yeah, you definitely see like that CC drop with large hail cores and stuff like that. So that's probably why. But there is probably some hail in there, probably for sure, but probably subsevere. Under quarter size. All right, what are we down to? Oh, we're down to 2 warnings now. Oh, all right. Well, there you go. We got 1 warning up in Ohio. We got 1 in Pennsylvania. Let's see. That's not good. Drought of any kind. And the lightning capital of the U.S. cannot end well. Yeah, it sucks. But you know what? It's pretty typical. I mean, I wouldn't say the droughts. I mean, kind of is. Typically, this time of the year, we're kind of out of our dry season because Florida has a wet and a dry season. We do have the months of mostly April through what is it? October. Typically, April through October is when we have like our rainy wet season, and then pretty much like November to now is whenever it's pretty dry. Typically, But anyways, yeah, we definitely could use it. Definitely. All right, let's hop back to got some fresh hail reports coming through here in Ohio. Let's see here. We got a 1-inch hail report out by Dresden, Ohio. This is in Muskingum, Ohio. Quarter hail. Also got one out by Johnstown for Licking County, Ohio. Interesting. 1-inch hail. We'll hop back to the State College here. Yeah, like I said, I'm not seeing anything on or any rotation going on here. So knock on wood. I don't want to jinx everything here. I've done that before. I have where I've said that there's like no rotation or anything going on. The next thing you know, boom, something just pops up. All right, let's pull up our satellite view again. We'll go ahead and pull up our we'll do our U.S. view here. We'll do geocolor. You can see those really thick, puffy clouds here. So those are your cumulonimbus towers here. This is actually kind of I know it's kind of hard to see. Let me bring up my pen here so I can kind of draw. Yeah. So the thing about satellite is that this version it's mostly 2D. So what the storm kind of really looks like is kind of something like this. So the storm kind of looks like roughly like that. So this is your anvil, your sheared anvil up top, and then but yeah, there's typical anvil shape, kind of like that. It's what your storm looks like, roughly. But you know what? Like I said, those dew points there right now. I mean, they're low. So this is telling me that this is likely elevated. Likely elevated. It's twilight. That's not very nice. But yeah, this is elevated storms is not good for tornadoes. I'll put that out there. I will put that out there. As in, it's harder for tornadoes to form in an elevated environment than it is for a shallow based environment here. All right, let's see. Severe warning here in central Pennsylvania for Howard, Beach Creek, Tylersville. Let's see here, Madisonburg, Woodward. Let's see, Spring Mills. So heads up to you guys here. This is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. Hail is, shouldn't be anything greater than penny-sized or 0.75 inches in diameter. We have been getting some reports of damage out here, though, from that previous storm. So as you can kind of see right now, the event is like kind of a multicellular event. We have a bunch of scattered storms. Some people could see a couple of storms. Some people could just see one or two. It's different. But then, like we mentioned in the models later on, we kind of do have this big line developing here. Let's hop over to models real quickly. We kind of do have this big line that forms. So yeah, right now you can see. Oh, hold up. Let's hop back a little bit. We'll have to go back to 18 too, though. Let's do that actually. Oh, I don't want to load up all that now. Hold up. Let's just clear all this here real quickly. Don't want all that mess at the moment. All right, we'll do precipitation and composite. So anyway, so yeah, just kind of a bunch of scattered storms you can see right now. This is kind of where we're at roughly. Got a little bit of stuff going on. But then we go further in time. You can kind of see this big line developing here overall. Free thinking. What's up, my friend? Coming in with the $5 super chat. Ignore that ad. That has nothing to do with it. But thank you so much, Free Thinking. Saying, hey, Andrew, good to see you, friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope all is good. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Charlotte says, wow, not that much purple or light violet of any kind of scattered hail color. What, on the models, per se? What are you talking about? But once again, thank you so much, Free Thinking. I really appreciate it, friend. That's really nice of you. Really, really nice of you. But yeah, that main line will push through later this evening. I really think that the main thread here, the main concern, there could definitely be some concerns on the main line, but I think the main threats, the prefrontal is kind of like what we're seeing now. So that's kind of the main thing, the main concern. On the radar, oh, gotcha. Yeah, we got a little bit of pink though, but like I said, CC is pretty similar to all or a lot of the precipitation here. So, trees down on wires in Millsburg. Just new warning came through, or new report. Sorry, this is from the 911 call center. All right, let's hop back over here. Hop back to Ohio. Got a warning in Ohio. This is for Adamsville, for New Concord, Cambridge, Old Washington, Lore City, Byesville, Kimballton, Quaker City area. So this is in eastern Ohio. And this warning is for $50 size hail. And winds should be 50 or less miles an hour. No greater than 50 miles an hour. But anyways, how you doing, Free Thinking? You doing good? Once again, I appreciate that. All right, let's hop back to models here for a minute. So I was actually mentioning this to you guys earlier. We're gonna have to keep an eye on Thursday as well. So we're looking at the instability here, so you can see all the instability for today. So then we go into Thursday. We're gonna have some more instability, and the way that I was looking at soundings earlier today. It looks like another decent little environment here. Maybe another damaging wind event here. Mostly speed shear, I've noticed. So we'll just keep an eye on it. Let's see. SPC says, will Bowling Green get anything tonight? Bowling Green. Yes, you guys are down south here. Let's hop back to convective outlook here. Yeah, I think you guys are good. Yeah, we're in a general thunderstorm threat, so that just basically says, hey, a couple booms of thunder are possible. A couple of normal thunderstorms can't be ruled out. But generally speaking, in the general thunderstorm risk, we are not expecting severe weather. Although a couple of thunderstorms cannot be ruled out. That's basically what that is. So then you go into the marginal, which is north of Bowling Green. So you're not in a severe threat, but a couple storms can't be ruled out. So then you go into the dark green. This is where that level 1 severe weather threat is, the marginal risk. Then you have the level 2 slight risk here in the yellow. And then, of course, the level 3 enhanced risk, which is today's maximum threat, but the maximum convective outlook goes to a high risk, which is level 5. But we are at a level 3 maximum for today, which is pretty good little event. But yeah, main threat here is mostly for eastern Ohio and central southern Pennsylvania. But in terms of like severity, SPC, we're not expecting any severe weather for you. But we can't rule out a couple storms though. Let's see here. Here's the HRRR. This is 18 Zulu. This is 4 a.m. Ooh, don't like those lower levels. I don't think you'll see much, to be honest with you. Yeah, doesn't look like we're getting much lift. Whenever the environment is primed, it doesn't look like there's much lift to really get these storms out there. All right, let's hop back up here, y'all. So right now we're just left with these 2 warnings. One up here by State College. Everything says I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking. Happy it's not on me today. That's true. That's true. But I don't want to get so happy. That's fair. You know what? You are good to go. Free thinking. Yeah, I'm not seeing much of anything for your area anytime soon. So all should be good. But you know, for our folks up north, we need to look out for them. But I'm glad you're doing okay. Glad you are good. All right, so severe warning in effect for Tylersville and Millheim, Woodward area. We have, let's see here, 18 minutes left on this one. This is for 60 mile per hour wind gusts here. That's all that's warned for. Also, I mean, we could see hail in it, but no greater than penny sized. Then we have this warning up here in Ohio. Unfortunately, we don't really have much of a radar out here by this one storm. It's kind of in a bad radar zone here, but this includes Cambridge, see Old Washington, Lore City. $50 hail is the reason that's warm, not even for damaging winds. Continuous cloud to ground lightning is occurring with the storm. Yeah. We're having a lot of ice crystals and hail, and a storm could really cause quite an energetic storm, which is a lot of it's ice crystals and grapple that can really cause a storm to be pretty energetic. Because I'm pretty sure grapple's negatively charged and then ice crystals are positively charged, and then they separate. You know, wind shear kind of helps that, and pretty sure that's what, from what I can remember, going through the notes and stuff. It's really interesting stuff. It really is. All right, y'all. Well, honestly, I ain't gonna lie with y'all. I'm probably gonna call it a stream here for now. I mean, it's knock on wood. It's fairly quiet at the moment. If it does get pretty crazy, like I said, I mean, it's mostly just a gusty wind and hail event here. I'm probably gonna roll off here because I mean, yeah, these storms here that we're looking at here. Let's pull this up again. And we definitely have a handful of these guys, but it doesn't seem significant right now. Knock on wood. But if things start getting really, really crazy, then I might hop back on in a little bit. But I think for now, I mean, we've been live a little bit well over an hour here, just for quick little coverage and stuff like that. So if it does get pretty bad later on, then we'll definitely hop back on. But I think for now, we're probably gonna call it a stream here. But if you guys have any questions before I roll off, go ahead and throw them down in the chat. Like I said, it would be much appreciated. Also, if y'all could maybe leave a like as well, hit that subscribe button if you're new. I hate to push that, but you know, it could be really helpful to people if y'all could. Yeah, it looks like that that severe warn storm might be fading out a bit. Squatch says, "Thank you for your coverage." Of course, Squatchy, no problem. No problem. I'm glad to be here for you guys. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it needs like extended, like hours and hours and hours worth of coverage here. Let's see here. Cotter says, when will stuff get going around Dayton, Ohio? Gotcha. So let's see here. Actually, we'll pull up Dayton. So it's pretty calm right now. Here, we'll hop over to models real quickly. Over by Dayton, so take this with a grain of salt, but it seems like in the later evening is when we can get a line of storms kind of rolling through. HRRR does not really show many prefrontals firing off over Bayou. It'll likely be after sunset, sometime in the later evening is when you get it. Like I said, I hate to give a specific time because the models are all over the place with the timing. Like, so that was that, and then like the new run shows maybe an hour or so earlier. So that's what I'm just saying. Kind of the later evening, probably anywhere from like just after sunset, basically. Just before midnight and after sunset is probably when you're going to be seeing some of those. Prayers for all those in the path of the storms. Stay below severe limits. I agree. Absolutely. But anyways, guys, well, like I said, if y'all have any questions, gonna go ahead and call for it once again. If y'all have any questions before I roll off, go ahead and let us know. If you guys do want to join our Discord as well, we do have a Discord. You guys can join it. It's in the description. So if y'all have any questions or anything like that, we have a lot of people in there that could probably talk to you or whatever, including myself. So. But I just want to say, everybody, thank y'all for joining. I appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Like I said, I might come back on later. We'll have to see what happens. I just want to kind of wait and see what goes on with the event. I mean, once again, where we're at right now, there's not a lot going on. I mean, a little bit ago, when we first started, there was quite a bit going on, but it seems like it slowed down a bit. So we'll see what happens. But if it really starts getting kind of crazy again, then we'll probably hop back on. But I think for now, we're gonna take it easy for now, and we'll possibly see you guys here in a little bit. Okay. Alrighty, everybody. Well, thank y'all for joining. I really appreciate you guys. Once again, if y'all could maybe leave a like on your way out. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Can I check that one supercell one more time? Hold on. Let's hop back here real quickly. Are you talking about the State College storm here? I mean, I didn't see any rotation within the storm, unless it's upper level rotation going on. Which storm are you talking about? Yeah, I don't think these are really supercells right now. Yeah, so supercell is classified as a rotating storm. To me, I'm not seeing any rotation, specifically in this one cell. The one to the south. Do you have like a specific area, maybe? Yeah, I'm not really seeing much. So we have these two severe warnings. Are you talking about Ohio? Maybe this one's a little bit far from the radars. Maybe it is this one. Maybe it is Eastern Ohio. Gotcha. So it's got to be this one. Yeah, there is definitely some mid-level rotation, but this is scanning at 13,000 feet up, so this is pretty high up there. Lower level scans here, 7,000 feet. Look a little bit different for sure. But anyways, yeah. So this is a warning. This is a severe warning in effect for Cambridge, Old Washington, Quaker City, Lore City, Byesville, and Batesville. And this one is for 1.25 inch hail, and we could see max wind gusts here, no greater than 50 miles an hour as the current warning stands here. So maybe that's the one you're talking about here, but other than that, don't really see much of any other ones. This one is a little bit of an elevated storm here. Our dew points down here in the 50s, so definitely a non-surface based storm. This is definitely an elevated storm. So thank you. Of course, no problem. All right, friends, I'm going to roll off for now. We'll see you guys here probably later on. Like I said, if things start to get pretty crazy again and if things really start popping off. Like I said, right now we've been kind of stuck with just 2 warnings for a little bit. So I think I'm going to roll off here, maybe get some dinner or whatever, and stuff like that. But if y'all did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button. It'd be much appreciated. And alrighty, everybody. Well, thank you all for stopping by. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, my friends. See ya later on.